yes, though I think it's most unlikely. I think that, coroner's inquests, while they're not done all the time, I think that when you consider the weight of the evidence in this case, you've got two autopsy reports that are conflicting with one another. You even have one that says that positional asphyxia was not indicated by what Dr. Anderson saw in his examination of the remains. That, on top of Mr. Watson's public statement that the sheriff had violated, or persons connected with his office had violated the law by compromising the death scene, as well as failing to notify him for a period of at least 6 hours after they arrived at the school gymnasium and discovered the body. How could you, in the midst of all of these questions, deny this family an opportunity to have an investigation into the cause and manner of their child's death? The sheriff has already closed his file. He's ended his investigation. This is one way in which that investigation could be reopened.
Mr. Johnson, if a coroner's inquest goes forward, give us an idea of what you expect to take place at that time.
Well, in the coroner's inquest, the coroner can, through subpoena powers, mandate that witnesses appear and that items of evidence, including the video, be produced, and that information, that material be shown to a jury to decide whether or not the conclusions that have been reached thus far, that is, that Kendrick Johnson died as a result of an accident, whether or not that theory holds water. And we maintain and believe that the evidence will clearly show, A, that he was the victim of foul play, and B, that our opportunity and our effort at trying to get at the truth has been interfered with.
And I have to ask simply this here. The good thing about a coroner's inquest is the findings will be made public. There's a court reporter that transcribes every part of that has to be made public. And at the end of the day, the public has a right to know, because you asked about appeals and you asked about what happened at the coroner's inquest. But we have common sense and logic. And we know that the findings that now stand as the official cause of death flies in the face of all laws of physics and all common sense. So really, this coroner's inquest is so important, and it's a two-pronged test. First, we have to get the video released, because that's such a simple thing. This video is simple. We can see with our eyes what happened. And if, as Attorney King has said previously, the sheriff's investigation is correct, and he climbed into the wrestling mat, we will see it with our own eyes. But if that is not the case, as we suspect it is not, then we will see that. And that cause and manner of death has to be amended so we can have a real investigation into the death of Kendrick Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, are you emotionally ready to handle this coroner's inquest?
We've been ready to say one.
I have a question. As far as a jury, I mean, so many people know about this case. Do you have any concerns about finding an impartial jury?
And I'll certainly have Attorney King chime in on this. We believe that the video and the objective evidence of DNA and blood would be very objective. That anybody who believes that science is authoritative and we can take DNA off of clothes and garments, we will be able to conclude who DNA that is. That's such a vital piece of evidence that is missing Kendrick Johnson's clothing. The scene investigation has been compromised, but we believe there are going to be some things that are objective that can speak to us, like that video, DNA, and blood evidence.
There's time sequence on the videotape showing Kendrick running into the gym. Is that the videotape you're talking about? Or is there another tape that hasn't been discussed?
There are as many as 4 video cameras in the gymnasium, each of which I would assume is recording images through their respective lens. So, if I understand your question correctly, it would be more than just the video that was released to CNN. The 7 frames that the school board had released came from one of the cameras, the one, as far as I can tell, that would be to the far right as you enter the front end of this gymnasium. There is, however, one of these cameras that's aimed in the direction of the corner where Kendrick Johnson's body was discovered. If that camera was at all operational, which we have no reason to believe that it wasn't, if we had, you would think that we would have been advised of such by this time. But to the extent that that camera was operational, it should show either Kendrick entered into the mats as theorized, or that he was brought to the gymnasium by something than other under his own power.
And think about how Jackie and Ken felt when the CNN report came out that the video shows Kendrick was not alone in that gymnasium. All these many days and nights they've been struggling, just trying to get the simple truth to come out.
I want to hear from them. I want to hear their
Well,
reaction.
you may get that chance. Just think though, all they had to do just to get to that point, and the fact now that they know that Kendrick was not alone in that gymnasium, what else is there that has not been told to them?
Do you have any idea how many people were in that gym with Kendrick at that time?
We only know what's been reported, and that's the troubling thing. Why does this family have to find out from the media about the death of their child? You talk about insult to injury.
Let's talk about it, Mr. Johnson. Tell us about the long road that you're undertaking right now. Do you ever think it was going to be this hard to get answers?
We know that it's going to be hard because this is Lowndes County. Lowndes County, they ain't used to families fighting against them. And whatever it takes, how long it takes, we're here. We won't stay.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be...
It's hard. Kendrick was my son. So can't be no hard to that.
Jackie, he said the last thing that you and Kendrick shared before he went to school was, "I'll see you later." Where are you now, emotionally?
Torn. Still don't understand me.
Thank you.
Ask a question.